Howdy, lieutenants and economists.
The most volatile, evil, disgusting things on the planet, humans. If you have a video request, you can always go to assholeconsulting.com.
Yeah, I am gonna charge you, kids. And that is the importance of not fucking up.
You are such an asshole!
Hey everybody, the old captain here. You can go to assholeconsulting.com if you have questions, and as long as you have money and give me that money, I will answer your questions. And that is how it works. This comes from a young man whose name I won't mention. Dear Aaron, I have a question regarding non-STEM degrees. My life goal is to be a deputy U.S. Marshal and retire to pursue teaching and a retirement plan. Marshals require either a degree with 3 years of law enforcement experience. I only want to obtain the degree because without it, I cannot move up the promotion ladder, which can affect the retirement. My question is, if an organization does not care what your degree is in, is it worth it in the long run to get a STEM degree? Thanks. We won't mention it. Please, I would like a video response so this can help others. It's a good question, and frankly, it depends on the agency in your particular case that you're going into. I put an email into the U.S. Marshal's office. They didn't get back to me because, well, they're government, and I even contacted several of my friends. And what they in enforcement industry, and they all pretty much said that, yeah, you can get. I know what you're going for. It's like, okay, I'd like to have a computer programming degree or an engineering degree so that down the road I could have like an actual skill or trade if this doesn't work out, or you actually want to go and teach. But at the same time, based on all my research, and if anyone is in the U.S. Marshal's office or has worked in the U.S. Marshal's office or knows about this, please make the comments below because I tried reaching out to these guys. They really do kind of prefer that you have criminology, criminal justice, sociology, and stuff like that as an undergrad. And even now, they're saying that they want a year of grad school. But what overrides all that, until we hear differently, is your actual law enforcement experience. So they'd like to see you be working security, they'd like you to be a reserve officer, they'd like you to be an actual cop. And being an actual cop unto itself requires almost that you have a degree depending on which department you're going into. But you can become a security guard rather easily. You prefer to be armed, not this fucking Joe Schmo in a fucking suit who checks, slippery little white girls from the suburbs coming into their corporate offices. They carry their espresso. You probably want to do, bouncing, bodyguard, something armed. Usually armed is the thing, so go get your carry concealed. Even I know that much. It pays more, and you get a little bit more respect. I remember I interviewed with the local police for their reserve. It was so funny. You get these kids, and they're good kids. They're good kids, but they're like 22, 20. They can't even shave, and they're like going through like, oh, so have you had any security? So like, yeah, I worked security a long time ago, campus, U of M police department campus cop thing. Oh, is that, yeah, a lot of things happen. Oh, what do you do? Do you do security? Like, yeah, I work security now. And they're like, oh, what kind? Armed, predominantly armed. And they're like, you mean you carry a gun? I'm like, yeah. They're kind of like, well, they didn't get to carry guns as reserve officers. Well, did anything bad? Like, yeah, actually some bad stuff has happened. But I'm still saying armed, have arms training. You can do a lot of this stuff that's fun too, to get increase your chance of getting into marshals. Military, maybe join the reserves or National Guard. But it really is hard because are they going to poo-poo if you have yourself a mechanical engineering degree? Probably not, but it looks like they really prefer that you have something in that background and a year and the thing. So you're going to take a risk is what's going to boil down to it. Again, until somebody else down below tells me for sure. Or the marshal's office gets back to me. You're going to take a risk with the marshal's office getting a degree in not police science. Let's just say it'll be all right, but it's not going to help your chances. It will help you though, however, in case the marshals doesn't work out, that you'd want to go and become this secondary field. But if you want to become a professor, well, fuck, now you're going to 3 different corners of the United States. I mean, they don't Venn diagram very well. So what I would do is take it a step at a time, become a U.S. Marshal first, then see where you want to become a professor. Okay, let's try and make all of our plans today. All right? If you're that sure you want to become a U.S. Marshal, go become a U.S. Marshal. Hopefully someone down below can answer your question about the undergrad, but it looks right now like they really kind of do want you to have the police science or criminology type theme undergrad with a year, you didn't mention that in your thing, with a year of grad school. And then you go and you play weekend warrior, you become, reserve officer, maybe you get into the cops, but but that's a whole other commitment unto itself. So you do all that, then you apply for the U.S. Marshals. Oh, and getting yourself in shape, that's the other thing. Just get shredded. Just start running, lifting weights, and get shredded. Jiu-jitsu, everything, just go get shredded. And then after you work for the Marshals for a while, and heck, you'll be working for the Marshals, then part-time figure out what maybe you want them to go pay you to get your master's or doctorate for, so that you can go and become a professor. But yeah, man, it's really hard. I would, if it was me, I would go and get a STEM degree, not computer programming or computer science because it gets out of date so quick, but an engineering type degree with a minor in sociology and criminal justice. And then I would work part-time as a security guard, I would get all the training, I would join the reserve officers, I would do whatever I could to be the most badass motherfucker out there that wasn't a sworn officer. And then put that all on your resume, volunteer something, and then hopefully that will get you in. But yeah, I know what you're saying. I hate a degree in sociology. It's such fucking bullshit. Now, of course, they'll disagree. But anyway, hopefully someone in the comments section below will have, who can speak directly to the U.S. Marshal's office, but the cops, the captain and military people, they all pretty much say, yeah, it's go and get the, get your degree, but it's the police work and the volunteering, that's what matters more. So anyway, best of luck to you. Toodles.